Welcome to the final video series in clear brawling, paint protecting my GT4. If this is the first video that you guys are seeing in this series, I'll put some cards up in the corner here, but I've gone through a whole kind of process with this car and getting it up to par and getting it ready for what this video sequence has been. Now, a couple of the videos back I did, washing it, decontamination, paint correcting and everything, and then these past couple days we've been filming clear brawling this entire car. My buddy Bradley from Naples Auto Armour flew all the way up here into cold, chilly Pennsylvania from Florida to kind of teach me clear brawl, learn it. It's something I've been fascinated with and have never had a chance to really sit back and watch it from start to finish. I understood the process at a very high level, at a very basic level, but I never really had a chance to see how it's done. All the nitty gritty from final preparation to application to then clean up, popping bubbles, going through, making sure edges are locked down, all that stuff. So we filmed all that the past couple of days. And today's video is just essentially the last 1%, cleaning up the little bubbles that you get. You do get some minor imperfections, no matter how clean your area is. Sometimes you get little bubbles, and Bradley's got a little trick to pricking those bubbles, and he's gonna show us that here in a second. But I also want to talk about the film, what it's about. STEK's film kind of has a silica dioxide and SiO2 coating already built into it. So it does watershed, it does bead really well right out of the box. So I want to talk about maintenance of that, care of that, and also taking care of the film. There's certain things you should look out for, certain things you should do around edges. So we're going to discuss all that in this video. The STEK film that we used has insane amount of clarity and gloss. If you guys can see this, hopefully it's coming through on camera. The lights are a little bright, but remember, this whole car has film on it and it looks like it's freshly coated. You can coat over top of this if you'd like. A lot of people do, it's very common, but with this film there really isn't a need to. So the question is, how do you take care of it? What do you do with it? Well, I'm gonna be using a product called Elixir by CarPro, and essentially it's a super slick, I would say quick detailer, right? Bradley would say it's a quick detailer, but it has SiO2 properties in it. And you're basically just putting a real thin coating on top of the clear brawl. But I just wanted to call out that this film already has a coating in it. So right out of the gate, it's extremely hydrophobic. The water or anything beads on it, it sheets right off. But we're gonna go through and do our kind of final wipe down and everything to clean everything up with Elixir. And essentially it's the same process as you would with paint. Clean towel, kind of straight line motions, pick up and scoop as you go. The only thing that I'm gonna have Bradley talk about and be mindful of is where you aren't able to wrap your edges. You wanna be careful that you're not pushing your towel into those edges. So in certain areas where we can't wrap around, like the bumper in here, you see that there's an edge. So what I don't wanna do is I don't wanna transition from this panel to this panel with my towel and go straight down forcefully into this edge. So usually what I like to do is I take my towel and I kind of come here and I come this way. You always want to travel with the cut line, and you can even just leave this kind of empty and not touch it and then come back with the towel, clean towel, and come this way with the towel. But the last thing that you want to do is jump right into the corner of the towel, and that even includes pressure washer, right? You don't want to sit your pressure washer real close and dive into those edges, and that's that lifting that you see. And once that's lifted, dirt's gonna get in there, and the only way that it has to come out is you either have to cut that out or put a new piece of film on. So I'm gonna kind of let Bradley give me like a 30-second clear brawl film top coat, whatever, go.
So it's like paint. Treat it like you would your paint. Just be a little bit more careful around the edges that aren't wrapped. Like Troy said, there's always going to be edges around certain areas where this is just too tight in here. The tolerances are too tight to wrap the film, so it's cut right up close to the edge, or used a pattern and it's right up close to the edge. You just don't want to forcefully wipe like this back and forth. 1 or 2 wipes is fine. You probably, with a towel, you're not going to lift this up, but you could get some fibers that collect on the edge of the adhesive here, and it just becomes a pain to clean up. But other than that, you take care of it like paint. Use your general, really any soaps you can find, your general wash mitts. You can use a blower. With the top coat that's on STEK, you really don't have to ceramic coat it. So what I recommend is just using something like Reload or Elixir, a SiO2 based sealant to maintain the film, and that's really all you have to do.
Basically, a coating topper, if you guys have installed coatings before, that final step that you would put on top of the coating is what you would use here. So CarPro Reload, CarPro Elixir, I'll have the links to them below, so make sure if you guys are in this scenario or you're looking for them. By the way, those products work great as a standalone sealant, so if you don't have film on your car and you want a nice little kind of detail or secret, CarPro Reload, you guys might want to give it a go. Insane gloss, super slick. But anyway, so that's kind of the little situation report, the little kind of maintenance on it. Washing is all the same. Again, like Bradley said, everything essentially is the same. The biggest benefit too of this is swirling, minor scratching, marring. We're totally covered. We're self-healing, yep. Right? Just like any other.
Yeah, so all the big manufacturers of film are now self-healing. You know, self-healing is not, it gets hit with a rock and punctured, or a boulder,
right.
Or you take a screwdriver and it heals itself.
Yeah, that might protect your paint,
yeah.
But the clear bra
is going to be screwed up. That's not the type of self-healing we're talking about. We're talking about minor swirls.
Like drying, like when you
exactly. You know, even
car.
You know, when we're squeegeeing the panels out during installation, we're putting little fine lines in it. That's really where it helps out. You know, back in the day they didn't have that, and you know, even just after install, you'd have, you know, squeegee lines and stuff like that. So now they're self-healing, so we don't really have to worry about those. You know,
and that's you can, if you really wanted to speed it up, you could take a heat gun to it. But
yeah,
our recommendation is let it sit out in the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Hot water or heat gun can do it a little bit more speedy. But setting it out in the sun, you know, on a summer day, or you know, really anywhere that it'll catch some sunlight, and over time they'll heal out. So
how you see this car right now on camera is how this is going to look. I mean, it's going to have this clarity and gloss. Even when the car gets a little dirty, it's going to have the same amount of clarity, and it's going to be super easy to wash. So I'm really excited to not have to worry about this. Now, again, I bought this car used, and I've mentioned it 100 times in prior videos. The paint wasn't perfect. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you buy a used car. But what I did was bring the paint up to the best that we could get it, which the paint's not trash.
No,
I mean, for what this car is, it's in really good condition. But I wanted to protect that, and having the full coverage on it because of the paint and the color. Honestly, if this was like a white car or a silver GT4 or a standard run-of-the-mill color, we would have probably just done a full front, which is fenders forward.
Probably your front end, do your rockers as well.
Right, but because of the rarity of the paint and everything like that, I wanted the whole thing protected. And I'm really looking forward to just driving it, especially wintertime. I do plan on driving it throughout winter, even though we have Cup 2 tires on. Pennsylvania, they put a lot of cinders down, so this is gonna make it a lot more comfortable for me to just get in it and drive and not have to worry about it. So huge thank you to this guy right here. If you guys are not following him already, Naples Auto Armor on Instagram. I'll have his website and everything also below. He's in Naples, Florida. Yep. Pretty much the PPF paint correction coating guy. So if you guys are anywhere in the area and want Bradley to do what he did here, is definitely give him a shout. You guys know, how I am with my cars, and I am beyond excited. I'm beyond happy. And I got to learn a thing or two. I mean, I know that this isn't an overnight thing to grasp, but just standing here and watching him do this was extremely eye-opening. I had an idea how much work goes into it, but now I have a heck of a lot more patience for it. And again, remember, you're putting film on a car, so it's there for a purpose. You need to understand that it's not going to be raw paint. But for me, I would prefer to have film on the car and know that there's plastic on the paint and drive down the road and have that level of comfort. So if you guys are in Naples, anywhere near Naples, or want to ship your car to him, give Bradley a shout. Thanks again, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Definitely, it was fun.
Get ready for the phone calls when I want to do some more. And rumor has it there may or may not be another car coming in the next year or so that that you might want to help help out with. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I hope you guys like this little series. I know this couple of the videos might have been a little longer here, but I definitely wanted to share this with you guys. So if you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure you click that red subscribe button. Make sure you guys click that bell icon so you're notified of all future uploads. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Troy Sowers. We always post a little preview of what's to come on there before it gets to here. We'll see you guys on the next one.